YouTube. Welcome. My name is Michael, also known as MH, and I've set a goal to make six figures profit trading in 2023, and I've decided that I want to share this journey with the world, and I want to bring you guys along with me for the ride through the good, the bad, the ups, the downs. I know it's not going to be easy. There's going to be a lot of turbulence along this ride, but I've decided I want to just kind of share this with the world. I've been thinking about making a YouTube channel for a very long time, but never quite knew what I wanted to make it about. Got into trading, and how it actually happened is I started journaling. As you can see, I got my FX book up. We're gonna go through that in a second. And what I started doing is I started screen recording my trades and just recording them, because I started journaling, right? So I'm like, because I'm making the same mistakes over and over again. I'm like, listen, I need to track this. I need to journal. I need to really study it, learn from it, so that I can get better, so I can improve, so I can stop making the same mistakes over and over. So I started journaling, right, just like on a paper, just taking screenshots. And then I'm like, let me just screen record, right? So I started screen recording, and I'm like, you know what? Let me just start throwing this up on YouTube and sharing it. And the purpose for this is a couple reasons. One, I want to document this journey from the beginning, right? So when I'm looking back at this, and I'm a 7, a 8, even a 9-figure trader, I can really look back and show people how I was at the beginning, when I first started, when I was in the trenches, when I was making a million mistakes, when I didn't quite have everything figured out, when I was studying, when I was putting in the work, so that they can see that like it's not overnight. So that's the first reason. So I want to be able to document this so I can look back at it, right? And then I can also show others, like, this is where I started when I'm raking in the millions. So another reason I'm doing this is because I kind of want to put myself out there. I want to network, and I want to meet other traders, right? Those of you that do trade, that trading is it can be lonely. It can be like a lonely journey, right? It's you versus you. It's you versus the market. It's not like a typical job where you go into the workplace and you have co-workers and you have social events and you socialize. It's not like that. It's you versus you. It's you versus the market, and it can get lonely at sometimes. So another reason I'm doing this is I want to network. I want to meet other traders. I want to be able to just build my network and grow, and meet other people that's in this same field. So that's the second reason. And also I want to learn and grow. Like I'm not new, but like I'm not profitable. So me putting myself out there, I can learn from you guys. I put a video out and people can give me pointers, give me tips, give me hints, and it can help me get better. So that's kind of why I've decided to kind of put this stuff out here. So that's it in a nutshell. So to kind of get into my journey, right? So I've been trading since April 18th of 2021. It was right after the pandemic. I started with options. So long story short, I was in the e-commerce at the time. And one thing about me is, like, when I'm focused on something, like, I get obsessed. Like, I don't want to, I've had shiny object syndrome so much in the past that now I'm like, yo, if I find something, I want to focus on it and I want to go hard with it. So I was in e-commerce at the time. I had a friend tell me, like, he was doing options. He's like, yo, you need to look into his options, right? Like, you can make, a whole bunch of money with it. And, like, this, that, and the third. I'm like, all right, cool, right? And then he hits me up again. He's like, yo, options. And I think he hit me up again. He's like, and this is when Dogecoin was hot. He's like, if you're not going to do it, he's like, just buy some of this coin, right? He just buy some and just leave it and just forget about it. So I'm like, all right, cool. So then shortly after that, I went to New York to visit family, and my aunt, she was into options, right? And she was talking about Dogecoin. I'm like, yo, this is a sign from God. Like I just need to get into this. So I started with options, and any of you that trade options, like, it was brutal. Like, the learning curve is really like learning a new language. But I did it. I put in the work, and I learned how to do it. And that was in yeah, that was back in April. So I got into options and I learned options, and like everybody else, I thought I was just about to hop in, make crazy money. I didn't know nothing about charting. What I used to do is on Robinhood, it has like the companies that had the most the movement, like the biggest drops or the biggest losses for the day. And I used to just go in there and buy and sell. Like if it was dropping, I would see it dropping and I would put a put. If it was running, I just put a call. Didn't know what I was doing. Then went through YouTube University, started learning more and more. But wasn't making money. I was putting in money, wasn't making it. And I was doing that off and on, right? For about, well, before I get into that. So that was in April. So I'm losing money. I'm on YouTube. So then I come across a YouTube video of someone that has a Discord group. So I joined the Discord group. So this was in December of 2021, right? So it was at the end of the year. So it's December 2021. So that's what, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. So 8 months later. So mind you, before that 8 months, I'm trading options off and on because I'm throwing money in, I'm losing money, but I might take a month or two off or a few weeks. So I'm off and on for that 8 months. So I joined the Discord, and that's when I really learned about kind of like charting, right? They had like this little boot camp, and they was talking about retail, and that's when I first got introduced to institutional trading. Like, and at that time, my mind couldn't comprehend it because it was a boot camp, and it was one guy teaching retail strategies, and it was another guy teaching institutional strategies. And like the institutional stuff just blew my mind, and it was like super complicated. And I'm like, man, because both dudes was making crazy money. So I'm like, man, I'm just about to stick to the retail, right? So, but what happened is I'm trading options, and anybody that trades options, you know about the Greeks, right? So I'm trading options, and I hear about and I have the Greeks, right? So well, options, like, is very hard to calculate your profit, how much you're gonna make, because for those of you that have never traded options, it's just a lot of moving parts, right? If you buying contracts, right? I'm not gonna get into it, but you're buying a contract, right? Now, one thing the contract has is an expiration date. So depending on when it expires, that's gonna determine how much money you make. And then it has what they call like theta decay. So each day that you hold the contract, because it expires, it loses money. So a stock could be at $100 on, what's today? On Wednesday. It could be at $100 on Thursday, but because you held it overnight and time have gone by and it's closer to the expiration date, that contract's going to be worth less money. And then they have, implied volatility. They have so many moving parts that's kind of hard to calculate how much you're going to make. And I wanted to just buy a contract and be able to hold it for a few days, and then sell it when I wanted to without worrying about losing money, this, that, and the third. So then inside of the group, they had a guy that was talking about forex. So I had heard about forex. I had seen all the guys on YouTube talking about forex. And to be perfectly honest, a lot of the videos that I was watching was from forex guys. But because it was talking about charting and like trading is trading, right? Same concepts, like different instrument. If you can, trading is trading, right? So it's applicable through different options, stocks, crypto, whatever, right? Charting is charting. So he comes out with the forex, and I'm like, man, I heard about this forex, and then I learned that it's like 24 hours a day. I'm like, yo, this is 24 hours a day. And mind you, if you trade in options, you can only trade you can only trade during the New York session. So you can only trade from 9 a.m. from like 9:30 to 4 p.m. right? So you can only trade from like 9:30 to 4 p.m. And so that limits you. So with forex, right, you can trade 24/7. It's different sessions. You got New York session, London session, Asia session. So it's around the clock. And you can calculate your risk. It's not all of the moving parts. It's not all of the Greeks. 1 + 1 = 2. So I didn't have to worry about all those other things, right? So I got into forex, and when I first joined forex was a whole nother beast. Like forex moves like way faster than stocks, right? Like when I first joined forex, I was getting my head chopped off. I was getting my head chopped off. So, but through that process, I've watched a lot of material in the Discord group. I've gotten on webinars. They have live trading. So I've really learned, I really learned a lot, and I bumped my head a lot. And so options and trading. So I started trading forex. We can go down here. So this is the only broker that I've been using. So I started trading forex 7/19/2022. So basically, when I started trading forex, I pretty much dropped the stocks, the options. So let's say from April 2021 to July 2022. So I was trading options off and on for what, 12, like 15 months? I think that's right. So a little over a year, I was trading options. And mind you, that's off and on. So it wasn't straight, out of that whole time, I probably was actually trading probably like, 7, 8, 9 months. So then I start trading Forex. And as far as I looked at, how much I was in the hole with options, I actually went back. So on my Webull account, I'm down like $768.52. And then on my Robinhood, I'm down $876.14. So that's like, $1,500 or so. Now, since I've been trading Forex, I am down $1,100. Well, yeah, $1,136.38. So I'm in a hole, right? But we're not even looking at options no more because I doubt that I get back into options. So, but we're gonna add $2,500 of options, another 11. So that's what, 35, like $3,600. I'm in the hole like $3,600. So this is where I'm at now, and my goal is to make 6 figures in 2023. My goal is 200K profit in 2023. Now, I know a lot of people is going to be like, oh, that's, you're going to go from unprofitable $1,100 to 200K. Like, come on. I believe I can actually do it. Like, I believe without a shadow of a doubt in all my heart that I can make that money. And I plan on doing it by getting funded. I want to get funded 400K. And then, so you figure if you're funded 400K and, you're making 10% per month, that's 40K. 12 times 4, that's 480K, $480,000. Now, mind you, I'm not funded right now. I'm not making that money right now, so I can't expect to make 480K right now. So depending on how long it takes me to get funded, so let's say I get funded midway through the year, June, I have 6 months of making that 10%. So I could make half of that 480, which is 240. So that'd be my 200K. So that's the plan. Now, if you go down this and we look at my history, like I'm in a hole. And it's worse than it looks because a lot of this is psychologically. Like if we talking about from a technical aspect, like I'm good. But if we talking about from like a psychological aspect, is my biggest problem is greed, like not taking profit, risk management, like when I'm up, not going break even or taking partials. I rush trades, so like I rush trades without waiting on confirmation or waiting for price to do that, and I'll hop. So it is all like psychological stuff that I just need to overcome, that I believe that I can overcome to help me to become profitable. So this is just my first video. I didn't want to go too long. Actually, I don't know how long this video is, but I've been going on for a little bit. But I just want to give you a backstory, a backdrop about me, how long I've been trading, my goal, and what I plan to do. So in here, I plan to just upload my weekly recaps. So each week I'll come and see if I was profitable, if I lost money. Also maybe some trade breakdowns. Some things that I learned right now. I'm going to go through ICT's 2022 mentorship. I know he just is about to launch a new one, but I'm going through his old mentorship. And that's really what I'm going to study for right now. And that's pretty much it. Okay, so here's how I plan to do it. Before I get funded, before I buy a challenge, I want to wipe this out. Now I'm starting with like $20 accounts. Like I was throwing in $100, $50, and I was blowing it in like a week. I'm like, bro, like if I can't manage $20, I can't manage $100. So I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna throw in $20 for the week. Now I'm not gonna buy a challenge until I wipe this out. So if I could turn a $20 account and then wipe this out, then I've proven to myself that I can be profitable. And then I'm gonna use profits from this to buy a challenge. I'll start with a 10K account, and then I'm gonna use my profits from my 10K account to go into a 100K account, and then the profits from the 100K account to basically finish off the 400K. And then I'm up. We up in 20. I'm telling you, 6 figures. Like I said, I got a year and a half under my belt. I got a good foundation. I understand how the market works. I understand the role that psychology plays inside of the market, in the pitfalls, pitfalls. There you go. The pitfalls that most traders fall into. And I've been working on that. I'm gonna continue to grow. I think I'm just gonna get some books as well on psychology that I've come across. So I'll share that with y'all as well. So welcome to the channel. I thank y'all for joining me. Any questions, comments, anything, just drop them down below. Until then, I will see y'all in my next video. Peace.